Hello there, and welcome to the UCD Quinn School of Business presentation for University of Minnesota Duluth students. My name is Áine. I'm the Study Abroad Program Manager here at the UCD Global Quinn School of Business. So I'm going to take you through a short presentation about Ireland, about UCD, and also specifically we're going to talk about the UCD Business Study Abroad Program options. My colleagues Inda and Ellen will be hosting a general presentation about UCD, and if you have time to also look at that, I encourage you to do so because there'll be some additional information that I won't get a chance to share. So I'm going to share my screen now and we're going to talk through the presentation. Great. Okay. So a lot of you who are thinking about coming to Ireland for their study abroad program, you probably already have an image or a picture of Ireland already, and you've probably heard a good deal about us. And I'm very happy to tell you that the good things that you've heard are true. We are a very safe country, ranked 10th on the Global Peace Index in 2018. We have a very young population, 50% are under the age of 34. We're also a very happy country. Ireland is ranked 14th on the World Happiness Index in 2018. So we're a small island. We're located in Western Europe. We're right on the western coast. And Ireland is, although a small country, a beautiful and diverse landscape is here for you to enjoy. And beautiful trips around the island can be enjoyed for weekend trips. So where is Dublin? Well, Dublin is located on the east coast. It's flanked by mountains and beaches. So we have lovely beaches on the east coast, and it's very easy to access the beaches from Dublin city centre and indeed from UCD campus. And we also have mountains to the south. Dublin it's a very easy city to navigate. It's very compact. It's certainly very walkable, and we also have a public transport option that is widely utilised by the greater Dublin population. In terms of visiting other major cities in Ireland, it's very easy to get to Galway, for example, to Cork, Limerick and Belfast. There's lots of public transport options, there's lots of private transport options, and it's very easy for you to visit these locations either by yourselves or even part of university groups. And Dublin itself, Dublin Airport serves most European capitals. They are but a short flight away, and very happily the airport shuttle stops right outside the campus, so it's really easy to get to and from the campus to the airport. So let's just talk a little bit about UCD. As I said, I'll just give you a brief overview, and if you want further details, you can always review the presentation that my colleagues Enda and Ellen are going to make. So UCD is Ireland's global university. It is Ireland's largest and most diverse university. We were founded in 1854 in Dublin city centre, and now we're located just south of the city centre, still on the doorstep of the city centre, on 350 acres with some really beautiful woodland areas to enjoy while you're on campus. We're very proud of the wonderful facilities that we have. There's been a lot of work and development on the campus in recent years. So we have a lot of new buildings for the individual colleges and schools, but we also have a fantastic student centre, which houses the UCD Health Centre and the pharmacy. And it also located in the student centre is fantastic sports facilities. So we have a 50-meter swimming pool, an Olympic pool, which you see an image of just there. We also have in the sports centre sauna, jacuzzi, steam room, which are just fantastic facilities to have. There's also several gyms available in the sports centre and in the student centre. We have UCD Cinema, which is brilliant. We have several dance studios. We also have a purpose-built debating chamber. And we also have a drama theatre. And for those of you who are interested in radio, we also have a radio studio on campus as well, housed in the student centre. Now, there's also, of course, lots of other facilities, restaurants or cafes on campus and food outlets, bookshop, mini market, and also several, we have the main library and then several smaller libraries in some of the other buildings as well. We also have the UCD Global Lounge, which is a space that's widely utilised by our UCD international community. It is an event space. They host all sorts of events with an international flair are hosted at the UCD Global Lounge, but it's also a very welcome hangout space for our visiting students, but also our full degree students as well. And you will no doubt find yourself there when you're studying with us during the semester. Now, the other thing that I want to talk to you about is housing, because UCD does have on-campus housing for over 3,000 students. A really nice thing about the on-campus housing, which some of our US visiting students aren't quite used to, is that students will all have their own private bedroom. In some of the residences, you also have your own private bathroom, whereas in some of the other residences, you'll share a bathroom with maybe one or maybe two other people. The residences are fully serviced and there is sheets and bedding provided. And it's well serviced also in terms of food store, laundry facilities, and there's also gyms available as well. So I mentioned earlier that UCD is Ireland's largest university, and we're also the most diverse university. We have a huge range of academic programs for you to access. Now, while today we're going to talk specifically about the business program and the options that we have for you here, it's important to keep in mind that we have all these other academic areas. And actually, even though you can come and study on the business program, you still have the option to take one or even two courses that are offered outside of the business program. So if there are some if there are general education requirements that you'd like to fulfill, if you have minor requirements that you'd like to fulfill, or even just general interests, something different that you want to undertake during your semester abroad, there's a huge range of options for you. And if you'd like some ideas about the options, then by all means get in touch with us. But for example, lots of students undertake culture and heritage courses that are aimed at our visiting students. So about Dublin's museums, our art history, courses in Irish archaeology, also about exploring Ireland, for example, discovering Ireland. Lots of courses as well about our literature background as well, our music. Also, you have opportunities to undertake beginners courses in the Irish language. So I'm just giving you an idea if you want to do something that's, that will help you understand more about Irish culture, history, and society. There's so many options. But not only that, as I said, if you've got minor or general education requirements you want to fulfill, there are so many options for you. Now, before I go any further into the business program, there's just one other thing that I'll mention that I don't have a slide on, but that Ellen and Enda will talk about in greater detail during their presentation. And it's just that we have a huge number of clubs and societies here in UCD. And there's a wide variety of things for you to get involved in. And I think it's really useful and important actually for study abroad students to get involved in activities outside of the academic program. And it's a really good opportunity for you to meet other visiting students, but also to meet our full-time and Irish students as well. So if there are some sports that you're already involved in your home university or societies, you might like to continue those with us, or you might like to try something new. There are lots of options available. Okay, so we're going to focus for the next few minutes on the Quinn School of Business and about our options that are available to you. So the first thing that I want to say is that the Quinn School of Business is unmatched in Ireland. It is Ireland's leading business school. It's recognised at a national and international level. It's positioned on a global map as one of an elite group of institutions. We are amongst the top 1% of global business schools. It is Ireland's only AACSB and EQUIS and AMBA accredited business school. Currently, we have 2,275 students enrolled in the Quinn School of Business. These are undertaking undergraduate business programs. Students come from all over the world, as do our faculty. And for example, in our current student body, we have students from over 49 different countries, including China, the US, Germany, France, and Spain. So what we're striving to do here in the Quinn School of Business is to create a dynamic and innovative learning experience for you, with opportunities for you to learn from diverse perspectives and in diverse settings. So what does that mean? Well, we really pride ourselves on the dedicated business facilities that we can offer you. We've recently undergone huge refurbishment and an extension, and with that we were able to update and expand the facilities that we have here. So the kinds of facilities that we have that you'll be able to utilize as a study abroad student include the data analytics lab. We have a KPMG skill zone. We have our EY innovation and entrepreneur hub. We also have Think Labs. We have a new media suite. We have active learning classrooms, and we have wonderful group study spaces and working spaces in the form of group pods. And then in terms of the classroom and in terms of our teaching methods, as I mentioned earlier, we are striving to create opportunities for you to learn from diverse perspectives and in diverse settings. And we're doing that through offering a rich variety of programming, of teaching, and of research. And what we're trying to do is to enable transformational learning for our students, but also for our society. So what that means in the classroom is that you can expect interactive lectures, you can expect small group work, you can expect to be working on in case studies, and also to enjoy industry guest speakers. And then in terms of the curriculum for the study abroad program, you do have access to a full range of undergraduate business courses that are offered at the Quinn School. Now, these are offered across accounting, banking and finance, management, HRM and employment relations, management information systems and marketing. So there is a full range and a full suite of courses for you to access. So during your semester with us, you will be taking between 4 and 6 courses at UCD. The majority of those courses will be courses that are offered on the business program. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you do have the option to take 1 or 2 courses from other academic areas across UCD. The main thing to remember is that the majority of your courses will be business courses. Now, the Quinn School of Business does offer scholarships for study abroad students. These are worth €1,000 towards your tuition fees. We do have several scholarships available each semester. We have more available in the spring than we have in the autumn. And there are full details about the application process and about what's involved in the scholarship program on our website. So the other important thing that I'm going to mention about the scholarship program is that there is an earlier application deadline. So the application deadline for the scholarship is actually 2 weeks 2 weeks prior to the program deadline. So that means that if you're interested, you just need to keep that in mind, that we do operate a 2-week I've lost my words, that the application process does close 2 weeks to the regular applications for the program. And so the other thing that I want to mention about our semester study abroad program is that we have a full range of cultural activities and a full cultural and social program for you to enjoy. And I'll talk about that in another few minutes, because the next thing I want to talk about is the summer internship program, which is the other study abroad program that is available to you. Now, the summer internship program is an 8-week program. It's run in June and July. It's for business and business-related majors, and the program combines academic, experiential, and cultural components into one holistic program. So in terms of the academic side, there are 2 courses that you will undertake. Each student will undertake the core course, which is called Ireland's International Business Environment, and that's tied directly to your internship. And then you will also choose one additional course. This is an elective course, so you do have choices. The current options include digital marketing communications, global finance, and responsible management and society. So it's 2 courses altogether. The core course, which is Ireland's International Business Environment and tied to your internship, and then the elective course, which you will choose one from 3 options. So then in terms of the internship itself, it is an opportunity for students to participate in an intellectually engaging and meaningful internship placement. And the placements are offered across a wide variety of business areas, including accounting, finance, business development, business analytics, marketing, HR, for example. We work with a wide variety of employers, including startups, small and medium enterprises. We do work also with some voluntary organizations and major multinational corporates as well. So what happens is that you will be matched to an internship based on the area of interest that you express in your application, but also based on your grades and your skill set, based on your Skype interview. And the team here will match you with a suitable placement prior to your arrival and prior to your start date of the program. So in general, from the internship program is a really valuable opportunity for you to develop professional and personal skills, all the while experiencing the world of professional work and business culture and practices within an international environment. And again, with this summer internship program, we do offer a full program of cultural and social activities. I'm going to talk about that now in a minute. And then the other thing to mention is that, in fact, we do have scholarships for the summer program as well. These are worth €500. They are again towards your tuition fees. Again, full details of the application process and what's involved in the scholarship program is available on our website. And as with the semester program, we do have a 2-week earlier deadline for the scholarship. Okay, so I mentioned for the semester and for the summer programs that we do offer an extensive orientation program and cultural and social program. So what that means basically is that, well, it's really, Ireland is known for its welcome, right? And it's really important for us to be able to host you and to offer you a really rich cultural experience. It will also enrich your time here, enrich your understanding of Ireland and your general overall experience as well. So what we're doing is we have put together a variety of different activities. We do that every semester and every summer program. There are evening activities and weekend activities for you to get involved in. So for example, evening or like the shorter activities might include a trip to the theatre, walking tours, specific museum tours to specific areas of interest in Dublin, perhaps art, music and dancing workshop or a music and dancing event. And then in terms of the day-long programs, we do like to invite students to come with us to some of the major cultural sites in Ireland, places that you would most likely be visiting anyway, but it's an opportunity for us to go together as a group, and also you don't have to pay anything, so that's also really nice. So the kinds of places that we're going to include the Cliffs of Moher, the Burren National Park. We also might go to the Giant's Causeway, for example, and Glendalough, which is a stone's throw from Dublin, actually, but a really beautiful and beautiful landscape and very rich in culture and history. So these are just some tasters of what we offer. And during the semester, the program is offered centrally by the UCD Global office, and they're really trying to offer something to students every single week. And then during the summer, we have, it's offered by us at the Quinn School of Business, and we really trying to make sure that we have lots of activities for you in the first couple of weeks before you start your internship to help you get to know people and get settled. And then once you start your internship, we start to offer the day trips, maybe on a Friday or a Saturday, and we'll go together to the Cliffs of Moher, for example, or to the Giant's Causeway, and it's an opportunity for us to catch up. So it's a really nice program. As I said, it's included, it's free, you don't have to pay anything, it's included in your tuition fees. It's an opportunity for us to show you the Irish welcome, and it's also an opportunity to expand your understanding of Irish culture and society. So the other things that I'm going to mention are back to kind of the housekeeping things, and that is that we do have, it's an online application process for our semester program and for our summer program. The application deadlines for the semester, and it's also an option for you to come for a full academic year. So the autumn semester deadline and this full academic year deadline is May the 15th. The deadline for the spring semester is October 25th. And if you want to come for the summer program, the deadline will be March the 12th. Just keep in mind that if you're interested in taking in applying for the scholarship, then you will need to apply 2 weeks prior. The GPA requirement for all of the study abroad programs, including the business program, is 3.0. So as I mentioned, I am Áine. I'm the dedicated study abroad program manager here in the Quinn School of Business. I've left my email address there for you, but I just want to say that if you have any questions about the program, just don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always happy to answer any questions that you have. And that's it. Thank you very much.